Hello everybody, it is me, Spikezilla Productions, and today we are taking a look at the Hiya Toys Godzilla from Godzilla Kong: The New Empire and Godzilla and the Heat Ray Translucent version Godzilla from Hiya Toys. These are really incredible figures and I can't wait to show you guys them. So let's start with the packaging. Packaging on the Hiya Toys Preevolved Godzilla from Godzilla Kong: The New Empire is incredibly well done. It's got the style guide of the blue and pink, and sides of the box just have the movie's logo. Back of the box just has an obligatory product shot and some stuff about the figure. The top of the box has the Godzilla Kong: The New Empire logo. Same with the bottom. For the translucent heat ray Godzilla, it has a picture of Godzilla and he destroyed Hong Kong with the movie's logo and the Exquisite basic logo above it. It also has a picture of the moon and has a more simple style guide. The box has a picture of Godzilla, the Hiya logo, and the Godzilla vs. Kong logo. The other side has continues the picture of a burning Hong Kong with the Godzilla vs. Kong logo. The back of the box has a picture of Godzilla standing and with the same stuff that was on the back of the Godzilla Kong: The New Empire box, but relating to information about Godzilla. About this Godzilla, I should say. The top of the box says Godzilla vs. Kong with the Exquisite basic logo. And the bottom of the box has the same. So now, let's open these figures. And here we have both Godzillas out of their packaging, and as you can see, they are virtually the same figure. The only difference is the fact that this guy is cast in translucent blue plastic, then painted over, and this guy is entirely opaque gray plastic. So, let's go over some details. So, the details on both of these are very screen accurate. It feels like they may have had access to the CGI files for the movie when making these figures. So, in terms of painting, Preevolved Godzilla has orange eyes with a black pupil and white sclera, and has various different colors of brown for a dry brushing on the figure. This is so that way along with some black claws on the feet and the hands, I believe. Yeah. He also has a bone color for his teeth and also a bit of an articulation spoiler, but he's got pink for the inside of his mouth and his tongue, as well as the jaw membranes. Meanwhile, Heat Ray Godzilla is entirely painted gray, and has blue paint near the eyes, white paint at the center of his dorsal plates, and blue for the inside of his mouth and tongue. And he also has a slight light blue spray going throughout the tail. However, I think that's more or less the translucent plastic peeking through. So now onto accessories, which only this guy has. Godzilla comes with 3 accessories, that being an alternate headpiece, a alternate neck, and of course the heat ray. It is really well painted. All the accessories are well painted as a way to try to mimic the rest of the other figure. The rest of the figure, I should say. As you could tell, you could see the translucent blue plastic through this piece. And all these pieces are translucent blue, which I sadly can't show because I can't really show that with a video and my phone's flashlight. But yeah. So now let's go over articulation. We'll use the Preevolved Godzilla for that. For articulation, Godzilla has a ball joint at the head, as well as a hinge at the jaw and a hinge at the tongue. He has a ball joint at the base of his neck as well, which allows you to look up about that far, down about that, and just kind of forward. He has ball jointed shoulders, swivel hinges at the elbow, and ball jointed hands. His hands do pop off, however, that is more or less intended for the supercharged Godzilla, or whatever it was called. I forget what it was called. But the all-blue Hiya Godzilla. Not this guy, but there's another Hiya Godzilla that's very similar to this guy. He's got a ball-jointed torso, which allows you to have more of an arc to the back and not much of a crunch. However, it does allow him to... It does add more to him looking up, which is good. He's got a ball joint at the leg, hinge joint, double hinge knees, however you can't really tell that well on this one. He has a calf swivel, which is something that does not exist in nature, and he's got a ball jointed ankle. I should mention that the leg can kick forward about that far and back about that far, effectively going all the way around. And he can also do a nice spread so that we can get him in some form of battle stance. And all throughout Godzilla's tail, ball joint, 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 ball joint at each segment. Well, not each segment, but it allows Godzilla's tail to curl like this. Or like this. Also, for some really dynamic poses that, sure, a bendy wire could do, but wires also have a possibility of breaking. So, now let's go on to how to apply the accessories onto the Heat Ray Godzilla. Heat Ray Godzilla here has all the same articulation as the other guy. However, we're not going over articulation here. We are going over his accessory application. So, what you can do to get Godzilla a normal Heat Ray look is that you can pop off his head, And then you can apply the heat ray head. It does have trouble getting on, however. And then you can apply this. This does make the head droop, however, you can get Godzilla using his atomic breath, which is really cool. And then for the neck piece, you're going to want to take off these neck rings, which are, it's the same thing on the other Godzilla, because these are all the same mold. They're both the same mold, as I've already established. So what you're going to want to do is arc Godzilla's back as far as it will go, get the ball joint straight, put the neck piece on, and then put the head on. And there you have Godzilla doing his iconic call to arms pose from Godzilla, King of the Monsters. This is really cool. I'm glad that they included these pieces so that way Godzilla can do this iconic pose that was both in the movie and in the film's marketing. So now, let's go into size comparisons, starting with the NECA Godzilla 2014 YMSF Marvel Godzilla. I previously reviewed the Godzilla Cross Transformers Godzilla Type Megatron, the Bandai America New York Comic Con 2014 Godzilla Heat Ray version, the Bandai Movie Monster Series Evangelion Unit 1, the Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla 1998, my custom Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla 2019, my custom Bandai Movie Monster Series Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong, the Bandai Movie Monster Series Blu-ray box set Godzilla, the Bandai Movie Monster Series Blu-ray box set Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong, the My Little Pony original Spike from the Dreamcastle playset, and the Basic Fun reissue Sparkler from My Little Pony. Because it wouldn't be a Spikezilla Productions figure review if these weren't included in the size comparison. This has been the figure review for the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla from Godzilla Kong the New Empire Preevolved version, and the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla vs. Kong Heat Ray Godzilla Translucent version. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and also make sure to subscribe to my Patreon page. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!